We're now 6 months until the midterms. President Trump trying to sell Americans on the state of the U.S. economy. This is what he said last night during an event in Florida.
It's going to come tumbling down. There is so much oil out there. It's pent up. It's locked up in the Strait of Hormuz. When all of that stuff comes out, you're going to see prices dropping on gasoline like you've never seen. And all of that, electricity, gasoline, anything having to do with energy. Grocery prices are way down. Used car prices are way down. Look at eggs. Eggs are down by 4, even 5 times.
We're joined now by pollster and communication strategist Frank Luntz. Frank, it's always good to see you. I know you're, as always, talking to voters and seeing what they're saying. The president there is trying to make the case that the economy is working for people. What have voters told you about affordability?
They tell me that it is affordability, that you got the correct word. It's not the economy in general. Voters are not concerned about jobs, they're not concerned about economic development, economic growth. It's affordability, affordability, affordability. And in fact, we did some polling within the last 10 days, and they named the affordability of everyday items as being the highest priority, the affordability of healthcare, good healthcare, as the second highest priority, and it's affordability of housing. It's affordability of gas prices, as the president mentioned. Every aspect, the public is struggling right now. Half of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's more than it was 5 years ago. And that's also a concern because there's no leeway. If you lose your job, or if something bad happens, some calamity, your car doesn't work, your refrigerator breaks down, you have no savings. You have no ability to cover it. And that's why affordability is so important.
Yeah, there's no cushion there at all. I know you've also been talking to voters about how they feel about the country right now, and you found a big party split with Republicans saying this is the best of times and the majority of independents saying it was the worst. So what does that tell you?
It tells me there's going to be a challenge for the GOP in the midterms because that middle group, which makes the majority in so many districts, vote for Donald Trump in 2024 by significant numbers and are now looking. They're not voting Democrat yet, but they've abandoned the GOP. And that tells me that the Democrats have the advantage right now in the House, and that it is even possible that Democrats could get a majority in the Senate. That the people in the center of the country that are least partisan, least political, and frankly, following the election least closely, that they've moved away from the GOP, but they have not made up their minds whether they're going to make a change or not.
And so therein, when you say that, there's the opportunity for the Democrats, obviously, and the challenge for Republicans. How would you advise each of them? What is the message that's going to resonate with people?
Well, I know the Democrats are looking at raising taxes, and I've heard the discussion about creating a wealth tax, for example. What we found is, and this is by 4 to 1, that the public would rather cut wasteful spending, waste, fraud, abuse, corruption. They would rather see the government tighten its belt than ask more from hardworking taxpayers at any level, whether middle class, wealthy, struggling. And that I'm not sure if Washington is paying attention. The way that it was articulated when Donald Trump came into office with the chainsaw and Elon Musk was not the right way. You do so out of respect and reverence for hardworking taxpayers, for working families. You do so because you don't want to ask people to pay more when they can't afford it. So my message to both political parties is the same. Don't ask the voters to give something they cannot afford. Ask the voters or tell the voters that you're going to cut the waste, cut the abuse, cut the corruption in Washington so that they can live their lives in the 50 states.
Fascinating. 4 to 1. It's not often you see something that strong. All right, Frank, always good to see you. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.